Hello,
Hi.
Mr. Tomb. I see that you raised your hand.
I just want to say that the lighting's great.
Oh, thank you. I was taking tips from our student Miles, who was talking to me about the ring light, and it's not necessarily the ring light.
Oh.
But I appreciate it. Thank you.
Do you have a ring light?
No, I've figured out different things to do.
Because some teachers are loving the ring light.
I know. The teachers who use it, they look great. So, but thanks. Yeah, I updated my lighting a little bit.
Great.
Great.
Can you see me?
I can't because we're in webinar mode. And so
That's what I thought.
you raised your hand, which is why I put you on over here.
Well, I just want to say hello.
Hi, Ms. Atum. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Yep.
Wonderful. All right, I'll let you, I'll put you back over to the disable talking. Hi, everyone. We're going to get started in about a minute or two with the parent portion of the forum. We are recording this webinar feature for our LSC candidate forum. And we will be sharing the rules as we go forward. We really will just be picking names out of a hat for order of speakers. We will ask the parents to go first, and then we will ask the community members to go second. So I will be sharing that information very shortly. I'm looking to see not quite everybody is on this yet, but as I see all the parents who are participating, I will make sure that we are ready to go. Kevin, I see you have your hand raised, so I will unmute you and allow you to talk. Kevin, if you'd like to unmute, you can go ahead and talk if you'd like.
There we go. I just wasn't sure if I needed to be in a different portion of this.
No, I was going to, we're going to have everybody join as viewers, and then just when it's your turn to do the presentation, we'll put you up, and then we'll bring you back over.
Great, thanks.
Okay, sure. Okay, so the first thing we were going to do, well, first I'd like to welcome everybody. Welcome to the Senn LSC Forum for candidates. Tonight it is for parents and community members to share a little bit more information about who they are, what their experience has been with Senn, why they think they're the best candidate for the LSC position. And this is basically to inform everyone who will be voting on November 17th regarding the LSC. So I am recording the session. I will draw the names out of a hat for the parents first. They will have 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes is what we said in the directions. And you will be able to share your information, share why you love Senn, what it is that brings you to take on this exciting task. And from there at 3 minutes, I will ask you to stop talking, and then we'll go to the next person. We will not be having questions from the audience simply because of the large number of people that we have. And so what I encourage all of you to do is really just listen to the candidates. I think in the 2 to 3 minutes that they've designed, they will be able to answer a number of questions about why Senn and why they're the right candidate for the position. So today is simply so you can get to know the candidates and understand better who they are, and why Senn, really, and why they deserve your vote. So I have put all the parents' names in a hat right here, and I'm doing this for you, Mr. Patel. I know you like the analog version of the hat, the names in a hat. I do too. So all the parent names are in here. I'm going to pull names so that we know the order of the way that you will present your speech, and then we'll go in that order as I promote you to panelist, and then go from there. All right, so the first name is Kim McMorris. So Ms. McMorris, you will go first. Sorry, I don't have an assistant here to help me right now. I might for the second name is Gina Ishu. So we're going Kim, Gina. The third name is Kiki. This is thrilling. I wish I had music playing. Then next is Toyleen Bolton. Sorry, everyone. Elizabeth Kloster will go after Toyleen. Next, we will have Kevin Kaufman, I believe. Yes, Kevin Kaufman. No idea. And Elish Patel. And then finally would be Mark. Mark, it looks like you're, yeah, okay. So, and then Mark Lupescu will be the final parent. So with that, Kim, I hope you are on the call, and I will move you over. Sorry, I saw that I had a question, so I just wanted to address that. Kim, I'm looking for your name. All right, Kim, I will move you over now. You can unmute and please turn on your camera so that we can all see you.
Okay, can you see me? I don't have a camera option.
You know why? Because I have to promote you to panelist. There you go. Kim, what about now? Do you have your camera on?
I don't have the camera option.
That is not what we wanted. Give me 1 second. Okay, give me, if we could just take one pause, I will update this accordingly. So it says that my panelists should have the videos on. I just wanted to check that setting before I did anything. And it does say that you should be able to turn your camera on, but yet that doesn't seem to be the case, does it?
Yeah, there's no, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's no option for me. I see the microphone, but usually right next to it is the camera, and that it's just not here.
In the past, that has been an issue with, if it's not, it says hide spotlight. I mean, I think it says that it's hide. So for some reason, Kiki was able to add herself as a panelist, and it looks like she's able to set the video. Yeah, hi Kiki. Sorry, I'm gonna I'm going to stop your video for, well, can you just yeah, perfect, thank you. I don't have the same option for you, Kim, for some reason, which is strange. So it's not a setting on my end. Do you I'd like you to have the video. But I don't know why it won't work. I know my APs are on here, so APs, if you have any ideas. Does Zoom have the right camera? Yes, so Mr. Jacoby, I saw that you put that in there. So I'm not sure why it's letting Kiki do it and not Kim. So.
Mary, I didn't do anything. It just did it automatically.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm hesitant to start without a video because I do think it's important that we all see each other and see what we can do or see who we are. I see people are, yeah. I don't know. Can anyone else? Gina, I don't know. Can you join Gina and see? You're next on the list. Yeah, thank you, Casey. Yeah, I've got APs emailing. Okay, so Gina, you can do it. For some reason, I can't. Kim, I'm gonna okay. Kiki and Gina, I'm gonna turn your cameras off for a second and see if I can move Kim out and then move her back in if that works. Okay, I just want it to be fair for everybody. So let's see. Okay, Kim, do you want to try it now?
Jeez. Start my video.
Try now. I changed it to ask to start video, the same that the
It
other.
just, it keeps saying cannot start. I see the video prompt now, but it's not.
Are you using your phone?
No.
That's why? Okay, well, at this point, we could do one of two things. We could, because I'm getting asked to start video, so you should be able to use your video at this point. So if you'd like, and if Gina's okay with it, if you want to leave and come back in, we could try that and maybe go to Gina and then come back to you. Whatever, I think that would still be fair if we agree to that. If everyone's okay with that. And then I'd like to, okay, so Kim, why don't you try that?
Okay.
And then Gina, are you okay to go?
I just want to make sure that Kim's okay with that. If she wants us to wait, I think that would be the only fair thing to do.
I think you're right.
is
Okay, that's fine.
She could log out and log back in, because I would like her to have her turn.
That's absolutely fine. We can do that. All right. Okay, Kim has not come back on yet, but I believe she will be in a minute. Thank you to everybody. We do have quite a few people on here, so thank you to everybody for being patient as we adjust and get this addressed. All right. Kim is back. Let's see if it works now. Oh, there she is. All right. Hi, Kim. All right. You can go ahead and get started. I'll take my camera off too so that, okay, go ahead. So I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes and you're welcome to get started.
Okay, so my name is Kim McMorris, and I have a son, Kelby McMorris, and he is in his junior year at Senn. This is my second year on the LSC. My first year, I have to tell you, I had no idea what I was doing. I was new to the LSC. The language was new, the policies were new, the processes were new. So it was a total learning experience for me. But I feel like now in the second year that I have a really good grasp of what our charge is as the LSC, very interested in education. This year I served as the Freedom of Information Act officer, responding to questions from the media and from the community. I'm very interested, I serve on the security team, and I'm very interested in what is going to happen now as we have done away with the SROs. And so really wanting to see what we can do in terms of creating a plan. And I'd really like to see that work through and finish the work that I've started here with a better understanding of how to help kids, not only my own, but the rest of the students at Senn. And so I'm hoping to be able to continue on with the LSC and do more good work. And so that's pretty much all that I had to say.
Okay, thank you, Kim. Ina, we will go to you.
Hello, can everybody hear and see me?
Yes, can you give me 1 second to
Sure.
restart my timer?
Sure.
Okay, if you'd like to begin.
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Andrea Gina Ishu. Most people in the community and at Pearson Senn know me as Gina Ishu. I am currently serving on the Pierce LSC. I've done that for 4 years, and this is my second year on the Senn LSC. I have a student at Pierce that's in 7th grade, but my junior at Senn, she's been there. This is her 3rd year. I also currently serve as the vice chair for the Senn LSC, and I would like to look forward to still being able to advocate for better communication in the school and around the community. I would like to see more educational equity. I would like to continue also to see student voice be heard and acted on as far as any safety issues. And we are known as a democracy school, and I would like to see more of that happen with our students. I would like to see more transparency and more accountability, and I will continue to strive to do that by listening to our stakeholders. So whether they're, even though I am running for a parent rep, I try to be that bridge amongst the groups, whether it's PAC, whether it's parents, whether it's community. I've always done that. And if I'm elected, I will continue to do that. And just a little bit about myself. I've been in the neighborhood for almost about 15 years. My family's been here for over 40 years. We've seen this area when it wasn't the best to what it has grown to. My husband's an alumni of Senn, and to see where it's come from, and I can only see it getting better. And I would like your support to be able to put some of these action items that we've worked on for the last 2 years and really gain momentum. I really feel like there's a lot of buzzwords out there these days, but to me, they can only be buzzwords, but we need to start putting those buzzwords into action. So I would appreciate your votes. Choose number 3. And thank you very much for the opportunity to speak to everyone. And thank you for taking your time for coming and sharing with us.
Okay, thank you, Gina.
You're welcome.
Kiki, I believe you are next, and I was hoping to, I thought I could remove you as panelist. But that means I would remove you from the meeting. So we'll go from here. So 1 second. Kiki, the timer is ready to go if you'd like to get started.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming. My name is Vasiliki Kuchukis. I go by Kiki for obvious reasons. Nice, long immigrant name. It's great to see so many people coming out for LSC, especially community, because I'll tell you, I started on the LSC as a community member about 5 to 6 years ago when nobody wanted to be a community member. And basically I walked into the front office and just signed up and I got the spot. So now I have 2 children currently at Senn, one who's a senior who will be leaving and a freshman. And I have another one in the pipeline, and as well as a niece who goes there and other neighborhood people. And that to me has been the biggest thing and the most satisfying, is to see people in the neighborhood actually sending their kids to Senn. Should be a viable neighborhood option. I have a vast professional experience in administration, working for the CDC, working for EPA, a degree in administration as well. So now I've retired, and this is my way of giving back to the community. I feel that having a good working relationship with the administration and helping bounce ideas and helping them solve problems has been my biggest thing there at the school. And I think that that is one of the best ways we can help the school grow, is to help the people running the school as well as the staff and the teachers etc. And I'd like to continue doing that. I hope with my youngest coming through Senn, got a long time and many things to do there. So that's it. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kiki. Toy, Ms. Bolton, I did promote you to panelist, so if you'd like to turn on your camera and get started, if you give me 1 second, I will start the timer and we'll be ready to go.
Alrighty.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Hi, my name is Toylene Bolton, and I'm better known as Toy. I've lived in this community for 20 years now, and I also work as a postal carrier, and I'm very involved in the community. I am a parent rep under Senn LSC, and I do have a son that is a part of the Performing Arts program. And I don't just feel that I'm just a parent rep. I feel like that I'm a parent's voice. I've had a lot of interaction with parents, just being with them, being in the performance arts, and then also attending some of the PAC meetings. I do hope in the future that we do have more parent involvement, but for the time being, I really feel that the student voice matters as well as the parents. I see myself as a liaison as a parent because there isn't a lot of parent involvement, and I talk to a lot of parents, and some of them have to work or whatever the case may be that they can't attend meetings like they would like to, but they would always come to me and ask me, I'm just going to depend on you to see what's going on. And I don't have a problem with that because everyone has their own things going on, and that's why I'm here. I've learned a lot being on the LSC, the inner workings of the school. I want to say thank you again to Kiki because it was through her that I even found out about the LSC and definitely wanted to be involved. And being a student voice, a parent voice, I've talked to parents who feel like their opinions don't matter. We've done some parent surveys that I've had a chance to do in person, and a lot of parents say, why should I fill it out? My opinions, it doesn't matter. And I said, yes, it does. And that's why I'm here. I'm here because your opinions do matter. And, whatever you want to have said, you can fill it out in the survey and it definitely will be reviewed. So I feel that my work here at Senn, has been a tremendous, in retrospect, it's been definitely a tremendous, how do I say, it's definitely been important. And I feel that being of African-American, and I'm not the only one on the panel, but I also feel that I am a voice for those who feel that they don't have a voice. I would like to continue being on the panel of the LSC, and I feel that that I can definitely continue the work that has been started. So thank you, and consider me when you do vote. Thank you.
Okay, with 30 seconds left. Nice job, Ms. Bolton.
Thank you.
So next we had Elizabeth Kloster. However, I do not see her on the call. So Elizabeth, I don't know if you are here. I do not see you unless you're under a different name. If you'd like to say that you are here. Okay, so Ms. Kloster is not here. So we will go to Kevin Kaufman. Kevin, if you can give me 1 second, sorry. Okay, I'm ready to go whenever you are.
Sure. I just saw in the chat too that Liz is under Liz, is what she said. So if you want to bounce back to her.
Well, I think we should for fairness. Okay, so it's just
sure,
Liz.
absolutely.
Okay, all right. Sorry, Liz. I apologize. I'm promoting you to panelist. Kevin, if you could turn off your camera.
Hi, can you hear me and see me? I apologize for the lighting and the improper use of my name in the meeting.
No, it wasn't improper. I just didn't realize it was you. I apologize. Okay, so we have.
No, it was a little too casual.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so 3 minutes on the clock. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and your involvement in Senn and why you're interested in being an LSC member.
Great, thank you. Thank you, everyone. So I have 4 children total. I have 2 currently at Senn. My daughter, my oldest, is a junior, and she has been in the dance program. She just made a decision this year with the pandemic and everything to drop that, but she has been in the arts program for the past 2 years, so that gives me some perspective on the arts program. And my daughter Iris was adopted from Colombia in December, and so she is part of the ESL program at Senn. So I have some different experiences. Oh, I'm sorry, I should say I also have 2 sons, one of whom is in 7th grade, and so he will be very most likely attending Senn also as an ESL student in a couple of years. And then my youngest is 8, and it's just too soon to know where we'll even be when he gets to high school. Senn is our neighborhood school. We're members. I consider myself a member of the Uptown community. I serve on the board of a local nonprofit here. I'm a CPA by training and trade. And primarily I work as an outsourced CFO for nonprofit organizations. So I do have quite a bit of experience in these sort of governance and leadership type roles. And the reason actually that I thought I was interested in joining the local school council was because of an incident that my daughter had that led me to actually a meeting with Miss Beck to help resolve it. It had been an incident with the security guard, and it was all managed from my perspective very well. But it was through that incident that I learned a little bit more about Senn's response and philosophy in these moments. And so kind of like Kim, I'm interested in being involved in this shift from the SROs to sort of a future that involves more of the restorative justice approach that I know and experienced, that I know is implemented and did experience through the incident with my daughter. And also actually my master's degree, I have a master's in social justice and community development. So all of these things, making it a better neighborhood school. I mean, it's a wonderful neighborhood school, but I think Toy was the one who said, like, you know, it's great to see folks in the neighborhood, you know, seeing that it's a viable option. And I just think that I'd like to be, you know, whatever small part I can do to kind of serve and help that continue to be true and help continue to bring restorative practices and continue to develop the ESL program and, you know, just whatever small mark I can make.
Thank you, Ms. Kloster. I believe your time is up.
Thanks, everyone.
So thank you very much for that. And it was a great introduction. Okay, so if you can turn off your camera, we will go to Kevin Kaufman. Kevin, I'm ready for your timer whenever you're ready to begin.
I'm ready to go.
All right.
And as Principal Beck just said, my name is Kevin Kaufman, and I have 2 children at Senn. One is a junior, one is a sophomore. And I've been part of the LSC now for, this is my second year plus I think we're in. It's hard to tell time in 2020, as I'm sure everybody is aware. But like Toy said, and Gina and my other members have talked about, that, you know, this was my first time doing this, and the first year was a learning curve and trying to figure it out. And the second year has been a lot more than we expected. I think we all can agree on that, from the COVID epidemic to the decisions that were made about SROs to many other issues going on in Senn. And I would like to continue to be a part of that process and helping the entire community navigate through there, and especially the ideas of security and safety with our students. That's one of the most important things I think we have going forward, and I look forward to being a part of that again. I think it's been very valuable to me and very just affirming that we have something really good going on at Senn, and I think we should continue in the direction that we have been. along those same lines, I also am involved in education. I work at Loyola University. I work as part of what's called the Center for Experiential Learning, and kind of seeing that kind of growth at Senn as well, of students being involved in many other ways besides just classroom learning. It has inspired me in the work that I continue to do. So it's been a fantastic journey thus far, and I really hope to keep it going. So when you can, please vote for me on November 17th.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kaufman or Dr. Kaufman. All right, if you could turn your video off, and then we will ask Mr. Patel to come on. He is next. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me restart the timer, and we're ready to go.
Okay, first off, thank you for doing the analog drawing of the hat. Very, very special to me. I'm incredibly grateful to be here this evening, speaking to everyone, and be alongside all my fellow candidates and have my name in the running alongside others for the parent representative. My partner and our 2 sons moved to Edgewater in July 2019 as my oldest became a freshman at Senn High School. The school created a new pathway for him as he entered the theater program. He's experiencing learning through invested teachers and watching his fellow students elevate their voice for important issues while starting to trust his own voice and engaging community in the world around him. This to me is a critical point because I feel like academic achievement doesn't work unless students feel like they belong and feel valued. As I become more and more invested in our community, I'm increasingly aware of the needs and challenges of the neighborhood, as well as the incredible commitment our neighbors have for this community and how that commitment impacts our local schools, specifically Senn. My experience and skills come from a 20-year career that has spanned education, nonprofits, and now philanthropy. I've been a program manager, a counselor, a consultant, an educator, artist, deputy and acting director of a community-based nonprofit, and now leadership investment program officer at the Field Foundation of Illinois. And from 2008 to 2015, I was an external partner to CPS, building in-school and after-school arts integration programs with an organization called CAPE, Chicago Arts Partnerships in Education, where I worked with Senn for almost 4 years. So I've developed a core knowledge of leadership, strategy, community knowledge, documentation, program implementation, and many other skills to do the necessary work of supporting and fortifying schools and communities all over Chicago. At Field, I continue this work centering racial equity and defining leadership in nuanced and unconventional ways. I care about rethinking and redefining traditional models of leadership as we start thinking about how access to high quality housing, education, and mental health services impact the whole of a community. I believe that schools are sites of incredible leadership and capacity, from principals to parents to LSCs, but most importantly to students. I would be honored to provide support and feedback to the Senn community, not just for my son, but for every child and family that attends. I believe strong schools make strong communities, and it would be an honor to serve as Senn's parent representative to give back to the school, to be more invested in decisions that impact it and contribute to growing its strong community. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Patel. And finally, we have Mark Lupescu. Hi, Mark. Give me 1 second. Let me get my clock ready to go again. And go ahead.
Hi there. Is my video working?
It is. It is.
Oh.
It's strange that you don't usually use your video. So.
Oh, I actually now see myself, which I normally do. Hi, my name is Mark Lupescu. I have a senior and a sophomore currently enrolled at Senn, and an 8th grader that will be attending Senn next year. This is my 4th year on the LSC. I'm currently serving as the chair. In this role, I also attend meetings that keep the greater LSC informed. I've enjoyed participating in all the aspects of the LSC, but I believe my personal experience has led me to be helpful in the budget committee and reporting on the larger budget meetings to the rest of the LSC. By participating in those meetings, I've actually really learned what I appreciate, all that takes to run a school. It's been very, coming from a background, but just seeing all the different pieces that have to be funded and where the money comes from and how it can be used and all the rules is just very interesting. And it's great that we have a principal and a staff that, is knowledgeable on how to use a lot of those funds to help the school. But I also think the principal evaluation is another important aspect of the LSC where all the voices can be represented. My past leadership position allows me to lend a voice and help craft and constructive feedback. And I think it's that feedback we get from everyone, and that, we can channel everyone's different critiques, but that allows Senn to continue to improve every year with the help of the principal, teachers, and staff. And just outside of the LSC, I do enjoy chaperoning field trips anytime they need someone. I'm happy to be there. And in the future, I'm looking forward to helping the school expand the music sound studio through some community partnerships. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mark. And with that, we've wrapped up the parent candidates, and you've heard from all of them. I've now put the names of those community members who are running for the two community spots that we have. They are in a hat, and I do want to note that both Tom Welsh and Reagan Balmore have opted out of furthering their candidacy. So they are no longer running. So we are down to 7 candidates for the community, the two community seats. So I will again draw out of a hat just for you, Mr. Patel. I found a helper along the way, and so this is Blair, and she will draw the first name for the position. Just take one. I know. Why aren't you wearing green? Aren't you sensational? Here, I'll take this. And then, oops. Elma? Mankovic. Okay, Elma, you are first. Okay, next one, please. I can read them if you'd like. Or you can.
Jillian.
Jillian Leslie is number 2. James Hurlbert. I'm sorry for if I destroyed your last name. You will be 3rd. Wait, no, you gotta shake it up. Go in. Oh, there's an extra helper too. Dean Adams will be the 4th.
Sure. Okay. Democracy at its best.
Benjamin Jacoby will be 5th. All right, B. Nancy Lewis will be 6th, and Davon Clark will be 7th. Thank you, Blair. You can say goodbye. Okay, thanks. Okay. All right. So with that, we can all take a break for 1 minute. And what I will do is I will promote those of you who are community members to panelists. And then if you can turn on your camera while you're preparing for your speech, and then turn it off when you're done, that'll allow everybody to have the full view of you. So I will go forward with that. Elma, I don't see Elma on here. Leslie, we'll move you over. Should I assume, James, that the James is James Hurlbert? I will do that. Dean Adams. Okay, I will continue to move people as we go. I do not see Elma on here, and so she may not be joining us. Elma, are you, if you can put in the chat if you are here and I'm missing you, I would appreciate it. but it does not appear that Elma is here. So Jillian, if you are prepared to go, I think you can get started. I'll turn off my camera and get the timer going. 1 second, please. I don't know why all of a sudden I lost my timer. Okay. All right. Are you ready? All right. I will turn off my video, mute myself, and start your timer.
Great, thank you. Good evening. My name is Jill Leslie. I'm a native Chicagoan. I lived most of my life on the South Side, and about 7 years ago, I moved to Edgewater, and I've been very lucky to find a home and a community here. I live in an apartment literally across the street from Senn with my amazing partner, who's an education researcher at Northwestern, and our beloved cat, who has yet to find the right career path just yet. As for me, my professional experience includes nonprofit administration, database management, and post-secondary fundraising and admission. The last 8 years have been spent in the restaurant industry, most recently working as assistant general manager for 4 high-volume restaurants and a downtown hotel. I volunteer as a medical advocate with Resilient Chicago, where I provide emergency crisis counseling to survivors of sexual violence. I'm also a member of 48th Ward Neighbors for Justice, a community-based political action committee working for equality in our neighborhood. I serve there as a co-chair of the education committee, where I work with parents, staff, and teachers from our area schools, including Senn, to advocate for the safety and well-being of our CPS students in and out of the now virtual classroom. While there are many projects I want to work with all of you on, I will share with you just a few that are important to me. Advocating for student voices. I want to be a fierce advocate for Senn students. February student sit-ins, September's protest demanding justice for Breonna Taylor, and this month's Who Will Carry Me program demonstrate that the student body are truly, to quote the mission statement, a diverse community of actively responsible, globally minded citizens. As such, engaging with the student government, centering the voices of our community representative, and keeping the Senn student body informed on the processes and decision of the LSC is imperative. Increased accessibility of the LSC. First, by education of all of our stakeholders about the powers and activities of the LSC. LSC meetings should be closed captioned, also live translated into Spanish. The meeting recording should be quickly accessible and easily findable. Additionally, documents coming from the LSC should be clearly formatted. And in the case of longer documents like the CIWP and the budget, there should be included a clearly worded kind of Spark Notes version. And of course, these documents should be provided in Spanish. Finally, closing opportunity gaps. Senn has seen so much progress and growth, but Senn students of color still face an opportunity gap that we need to work as a community to close. All Senn students deserve equitable education opportunities, as well as a curriculum, school culture, and disciplinary structure that allow all students to thrive. Fortunately, this opportunity gap is addressed in the Senn's latest CIWP, and as community representative, I will work with my fellow LSC members, Senn administration, and all Senn stakeholders to provide a foundation for success that is accessible to all Senn students. I want to thank you all for your time and consideration, and I humbly ask for your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Jillian. I appreciate that. Okay, James, I believe you are next. I did promote James to a panelist, but I am not sure. Let's see. I thought I promoted James.
I thought I saw him for a moment and then he left.
I did, and then he left. Does anyone know where James went? So it does not appear that James is here. When I promoted James to the panelist, they should have been it should have been pretty seamless. So I'm not sure why they were not promoted or why they're no longer here. Okay, so at this point, because James is not there, if he does return, we can let him go after that. The next person I had was Dean Adams. So Dean, if you'd like to go ahead and let me do one or two things. I somehow had it where I was able just to show people with the video, and I lost that. I apologize. But hide non-video, there you go. Okay. All right, Dean, I'm going to go ahead and start the timer and we can go from there. So whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hello, my name is Dean Adams and my pronouns are he, him, his. I moved to Chicago almost 2 years ago and I now live in Uptown, right across the street from McCutcheon Elementary. Since I'm new to the area, I have not gotten a chance to be actively involved in supporting Senn and its students, but I've heard amazing things about academics and the art program. I've learned about LSCs through my involvement with Northside Action for Justice, and I've been attending workshops on LSCs through LSC for All and Raise Your Hand. And from what I've learned, I hope to lend my expertise in making Senn the best it can be. I have a PhD in special education and extensive knowledge in special ed law and policy. In addition to teaching at the university level in teacher education programs, I have experience as a high school special ed teacher in a variety of settings and also in correctional facilities. I'm also a parent of a young adult with a disability. My work is centered on school discipline and the impact it has on students with disabilities, especially those from marginalized populations. I know how schools, teachers, and community can support one another in uplifting our youth and unfortunately also be complicit in sending them down the school to prison pipeline. Restorative justice can be a buzzword when not implemented effectively, and it is not always or only the school's fault. I have not only worked to make schools more inclusive for students with disabilities, but I've also advocated for students who identify along the LGBTQ spectrum. If I'm elected as a community representative, I will bring my experiences as an educator and a parent to make sure voices of students with disabilities and their families are heard and they are supported in the school. In addition, I will work with the council to find positive solutions for students struggling in the school community and empowering students in decision-making. That's all. Please vote for me.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dean. Next, we have Benjamin Jacoby. And while we're doing, while Benjamin is setting himself up with his video, I would ask that I see somebody who is a participant that says Lewis. I don't know if that's Nancy. Nancy, if it is you and you want to put in the chat, I can promote you because you go after Benjamin. And then after Nancy, we have Davon Clark. Okay, Benjamin, give me 1 second and I will, okay, I'm ready when you are.
Sure. Can you just confirm that you can hear me?
I can hear you.
So thank you, Principal Beck. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Benjamin Moses Jacoby, and I'm running for Senn LSC community member. When Principal Beck sent us the email to talk about our involvement directly with Senn, I had to be honest, up until this year, it's been kind of little. But I do have experience with something very similar, and I understand that there's a lot of folks on this call who are going to kind of cringe at that, because nothing is like Senn, and you're completely right. I know some of you on this call might be too involved in it right now to realize, but CPS is an amazing, ongoing, ever-adapting experiment in providing the greatest education for the most people. And what a goal. Like, CPS has done so much within the limits of the resources it's given that compared to anything else is going to diminish its accomplishments. I should know, I'm a CPS kid, K through 12. Franklin Fine Arts Middle School, Abraham Lincoln Pre-IB program, Lincoln Park IB program. I got an engineering scholarship to Vanderbilt, Now I work on designing dialysis machines. I'm part owner of a restaurant with one of my friends from Lincoln Park, and my wife currently goes to Truman. But CPS is still too vague because CPS is so varied and complex. There's selective enrollment, there's arts programs, and Senn is a wall-to-wall IB school that has its own arts program within it. As someone who went to Lincoln Park, a school that had an arts program when it wasn't wall-to-wall IB, as an IB student, and talked to both friends and teachers that were part of that transition, I have a truly unique perspective on some of the challenges that Senn is going to face. One of the many ways that CPS has continued to evolve since my years there is the continued focus on extracurriculars. One of my friends is actually the TOK teacher and debate coach at a selective enrollment school called South Shore International College Prep. He's actually been involved in the debate world since he was in middle school. Well, I didn't even know it existed competitively until I was an adult. I've now recently become involved in the Chicago Debate League with my tab room account being set up, and I've actually been a volunteer judge for them at their Blue Silver tournament last week. I'm actually since signed on to be their digital assistant coach to learn more about debate, and regardless of the outcome of this, I would love to connect with the Senn folks about volunteering to judge at the very least, because I know it's important for fielding teams. Also, congrats to Oyundamale Obisizan and Emal Umar for placing first in Maroon Debate Tournament earlier this month. Only possible improvement you could have had after last year. I know I only have a little bit of time left, so about me, my day job is spent in med tech, focusing on dialysis, and a lot of my current projects involve improving data collection and adaptability and equity in the data space, in the med space, as well as designing trainings as we transition more to digital communication. I've been following LSC since I was in CPS, and I've been reading the Senn minutes for the past 2 years, along with other schools' notes to be benchmarked, all of which help equip me to help Senn move from its first 100 years to its second and beyond. My name is Benjamin Moses Jacoby, and I'm running for Senn LSC community member. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Benjamin. I appreciate that. Nancy did say that she moved herself over to the chat and then she removed herself from the meeting. So I'm hoping that Nancy can rejoin us. I'm looking to see if there's anything I can, any way I can find her. I don't think I moved her over to Nancy. If I did, you would be a panelist right now, and I don't believe you are. No. Okay. So what I think we can do from here, so Nancy has logged off and has not come back, so we will return to her. Davon Clark, I believe you are next, and I hope you are ready. I've moved you over a couple of times, but I will do it again to panelist.
All right, I think we're good.
I think we are. Give me 1 second. I am ready with the timer when you are. Just
Awesome.
let me know.
Cool, I'm ready to go.
All right.
Yeah, hi, my name is Davon Clark. I originally am from Philly. I'll just get right to it. Yeah, I'm originally from Philly, and I got into an art school, but I had to stay in my neighborhood school for the IB program. There was only 3 in Philly. None of them were wall to wall, but it was the only thing that I really could do for education. Classical stuff really wasn't for me. So when I found out about Senn when I moved to Chicago, it was a real beautiful thing for me to see that like I could have an art school and an IB program together. And I was like, wow, like 13-year-old me would love that. So yeah, that's like the main reason why I'm applying and everything. I want to be able to work within the community for students that I can really relate to in a lot of ways. I came to Chicago on June 26, 2018, a little bit over 2 years ago, mostly for the art scene. And between Philly and Chicago, I went to college and I went to school for education. I knew I wanted to teach since I was about like 11 or 12, but I started developing like this interest in like policy and law around my senior year of high school. We had a bunch of district budget cuts, mostly on arts and sports programs. It was wild. The superintendent got fired, like very similarly to what happened like here a couple of years ago. Like schools were being chartered really fast, teachers were being cut left and right, and I was like, there has to be something beyond like the power of like what we're doing. Well, I wasn't a teacher yet, but what teachers were doing to impact education as a whole, specifically like inner city education. But yeah, when I got to Chicago, my first involvement with CPS was as a wrestling coach down at Simeon. And that's where I learned about LSCs. We don't have an LSC system back in Philly. But when we were trying to fundraise for uniforms down in Simeon, I got really acquainted really well with the folks down there. But I thought that was such a beautiful system, you know, like it was something that really brought in the whole community to like work on these things. And you know, I mean, change is only gonna happen if the community is making it happen. So that's a big part of it. That's a big part of like why I even want to be here in the first place. Like I said, I went to school for education now, but I did switch majors. I originally went as a secondary education major, and then right before student teaching started up, I didn't like what kind of teacher they were making me into. So I took a teaching artist route, and now I'm a full-time teaching artist. I teach poetry through the Chicago Poetry Center, and I also do some work with young Chicago authors. But working all around the town in different schools is really giving me a wide perspective of what goes on in the schools at different levels. I kind of get like half of both worlds, you know. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. That's why I want to be at Senn. I feel like that's the kind of school that I would want to have been in high school. And I want to be a part of the community that is making that work. I want to listen to people, I want to talk to people, I want to have conversation with them, with the parents, the school staff, the administration, the teachers, the students, everybody. Yeah, I just want to be in conversation with all the same kinds of people that made miracles happen for me when I was growing up. So thank you. My name is Davon Clark. Yeah.
Okay, you came in right at the timer, so thank you, Davon. Sorry. Okay, so at this point, I'm not sure if Nancy appeared to rejoin, and then she said she has not logged off, but I do not see her. Or where is she? Nancy, if you can hear us, can you unmute? I see you in the chat. Oh, you're up with your, I see you. Okay, we're gonna move you back over to panelist, Nancy, if you'd like to turn on your camera and get ready. So I'll give you a second. I know it takes a minute for everything to kick in. Nancy, can you turn on your video? There you are. All right. I will start the timer whenever you are ready. Oh, Nancy, we can't hear you. Oh, try one more time. Unmute one more time. You had it for a second. There you go.
Thank you. Success. Good evening. I'm Nancy Lewis, and currently I am completing the term of a prior community member. I have lived in this area about forever. I live right up the street from Senn for about 40 some years now. There have been significant changes in the community and in Senn in the past 4 decades. I was able to attend the March LSC meeting at Senn, and then the pandemic changed all of our lives. I have been able to become much more friendly with my computer, although it appears that technology is still not my friend. But I have learned a bit about Zoom and Google meetings. And during this period of time, I've just been blown away by the abilities of the students, the parents, the teachers, the administrators, the staff, and everyone who's been involved with the education process. They've been able to keep learning, they've been able to keep adapting, and it seems like the guidance on what's to be done changes on a very frequent basis. So I'm just so astounded by the strength and dedication and determination that's been shown. While these are certainly interesting times, Senn High School is able to stand out, not only for the educational experience, but also for the diversity of the cultural experience both in the school and in the surrounding community. The Senn Arts program is a gift. There is so much talent and there's so much creativity, and it's just a wonderful thing to see. The release of the Who Will Carry Me video is just a work of art that's been inspiring and hopeful and beautiful, and it lets you look forward to a really wonderful future. I believe personally my talents lie in being thoughtful, in being a good listener and learner, and by being retired, I really do have the time to devote and learn and be of use and try and help the community and Senn work together even better. Thank you very much.
Okay, you came in right on time.
Thank you.
So, thank you. So I just want to thank everyone who joined us tonight. I think it's really exciting to know that we have so many people who are interested in serving our students and our community. I think it's interesting if you heard what Kiki said as a parent many years ago, not many, but 5 or 6 years ago when she was a community member, she was one of only 2 who were vying to be community members. So it's really exciting to see the community support and of course the parent support that we've seen tonight. I think no matter what the outcome is, we're really lucky and we hope that you all stay engaged regardless of what that role may look like. I just want to remind everybody that the election will be on November 19th. How that will look, you will know as soon as we do. A recording of this this evening, as well as the ballot placement, will be on the website. The ballot placement is already on the website, and this recording will be posted by the end of the day tomorrow. So I want to thank you all again. I really appreciate all of you for being here, those of you who are joining us as attendees, those of you who shared your experiences and why you're interested in Senn. And again, we hope that you stay connected and of course, stay sensational. Thank you guys.
Thank you.